Thank you very much. And Mr. Vivek Ray, we wished you were there with us for lunch. Because some of the stuff that you spoke, the sentiments were echoed in the room during the lunch session. Because of your prior meeting, we couldn't come to the lunch session. I have to, of course, give my special thanks to Mr. Dev Sanyal, the Executive Vice President and Group Chief of Staff of BP, who flew down from London for this event and provided a stimulating talk at the lunch session. And the address was on India's energy dilemma, policy, technology, and partnership, the way forward. And yes, what all you said, all that you said was echoed, and the sentiments were there in that room. What I would take from what he said was the 3 mantras that he talked about, and I would go beyond energy to look at whatever we have, so food, water, and energy, it needs to be sufficient, secure, and sustainable. How do we do it, and how companies do it? And one of the points that you started off with, which he also mentioned very clearly, was that can we create the right above the ground, structure? And that is what you talked about, subsidies and everything. It was provocative during the lunch session. There were a lot of discussions, and we missed you, but it was a great thing to re-look at it again and emphasize the need for something like that. Thank you, Mr. Dev Sanyal, but let me formally, on behalf of my colleagues at TERI, thank the distinguished guests at the dais. Ms. Amina Mohammed, thank you very much. Mr. Vivek Ray, of course, and Mr. Arun Maira, whom I always admire. And sharing your thoughts at the inaugural session of this high-level corporate dialogue, which is essentially the curtain raiser to the Delhi Sustainable Development Summit, which of course has created a platform of its own globally. The corporate dialogue today themed how business will lead India's energy, water, and food security, you will notice, comes with a question mark. I'm sure the 2 sessions that follow, because we purposely put it as a question mark because we wanted the answers out of this. As we said, 20 years from now, we do not want to be talking the same thing. So let's put the questions across. And the first one being corporate action towards energy, water, and food security, challenges and prospects. That would be the next session that will follow from here. And the second on changing paradigms of creating social value for business. That's an important element which we have been speaking at the end, that we spoke at the lunch session, and even here it was spoken about the bottom of the pyramid and how do we engage those, the have-nots in society. And I think we have a set of speakers who are going to be taking the next 2 sessions, and I hope that by the end of the day, the question mark from the theme will be removed. Distinguished friends, the Delhi Sustainable Development Summit was launched in 2001. It was the same year when TERI felt the need to include the voice of business while seeking solutions to sustainable development. Hence, we set up the TERI Business Council for Sustainable Development, popularly known as TERI BCSD India, which is now an independent and credible platform that helps Indian business to promote leadership in management of the environment and society while pursuing their economic goals. TERI BCSD India is a consortium of over 75 leading Indian companies. Quite a few of them are present here today, but we hope to have many more join the fold in the coming years. We are proud of our strong and dynamic executive committee made up of CEOs from these leading companies. Their contribution and involvement in TERI BCSD has been invaluable. Some of them perhaps are present here, some may have left because we had an executive committee meeting, but the ones who were present in the morning, I hope they are here with us today, right now. Mr. Arun Seth, Mr. Ulhas Yargop, Mahindra Group, Mr. M.K. Singhi, Dalmia Cement, Mr. Prasad Chandran from BASF, and Ms. Namita Vikas from Yes Bank. If you're there, could I request you to stand up just for a moment? Thank you. May I also request the TERI BCSD team to stand up, Arup, Smita, Smriti, Radhika, Srija. And could I request Mr. Dipankar Sanyal, the CEO of TERI BCSD, the man with passion, let me add, only for the BCSD members. BCSD team, please join us once again in saluting our executive committee members for their guidance and leadership. Dipankar Sanyal. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have our executive council members who are so busy with their own, they're all CEOs of large companies, but they take their time to spend time to steer TERI's ideologies of how the business sector should move to a sustainable world. Friends, we have not been able to put together this event. We would not have been able to put together this event without the support from DFID and our member companies, Ingersoll Rand and BP. A more formal thank you awaits them when we conclude the proceedings of the day after we have removed the question mark from the theme. Looking forward to some vibrant discussions, and thank you to the dais, the dignitaries, and thank you all. Thank you.